This is the Energizing India podcast.
So, what do you think of the Indian luxury EV market?
Now, the Indian luxury EV market has grown quite a bit, mainly driven by Mercedes, BMW, and Audi. And the other players like Volvo also has entered with a decent lineup of cars. But on the sales side, it's Mercedes leading and BMW. And all their products that are on sale now, people were skeptical whether a luxury EV will do well in India. But the proof is in the pudding that they've sold out most of the cars. Like Mercedes launches an EV and all the cars get sold out. Same with BMW. And now I think for Mercedes, the next big electric G which is coming, that's all the hype about. So the luxury EV market in India is robust, I'd say.
But so let's say you have the Mercedes of the world, you have BMW. I think both of these are really leading the pack. You also have so this particular segment is, I think even the luxury segment is divided into certain bits. You have cars that are above 1 crore. You have cars which are, let's say, above 50 lakh. You can still consider from an Indian segment.
I would consider those as the premium segment. They don't really enter into the luxury segment because the barrier of you just see the opulence is quite higher. Like in the 1 crore plus segment, the cars are way bigger. There's more like amenities, I'd say. And in the sub 1 CR market, they're premium. They're definitely like if you would take a Kia EV6 or a Ioniq or even
the BYD Seal.
They are premium products by no means, but they've not hit that luxury tier, like because some touch points will still have that plastic, otherwise, or you just know, when you sit in that 1 CR plus, like sit in a Mercedes, you'll just feel it. Like there's no like plastic touch points or anything. Everything's wrapped in leather or something.
But like, so with let's say, because Mercedes is doing most of the sale in the luxury market, initially all the products that they were getting in the 1 CR plus category were CBUs, right? And now they are, I think, moving towards
made in India
manufacturing. But like, what do you think is their strategy with this? Because even though the sale is high, but it's not high as, let's say, a Nexon or, even their main IC counterparts to actually justify manufacturing it over here. But do you think that their idea is to manufacture here and export or something like that?
Exactly. The main goal for most of the big 3 German manufacturers in India is a long-term goal. So it's like, although the market has started to grow, if you just look at China, like what China did like 15 years back, is I think what the same strategy the Indian automotive industry is looking is more a long-term growth, because the demand is growing now. Like you just take now, the average first car buyer is hitting a 15 lakh car. He's buying a 15 lakh car because the smaller segment car is dying off. Like the entry level cars, you don't have that much sales. So that's the same approach the electric guys have done, is more like a top-down approach, is get the big models, localize them a bit and sell it. And localizing is they incentivize the taxes get less, and also it gives more confidence to the Indian buyer also that these luxury cars are being built in India.
So, but like in a way, help me understand who are the buyers for these, because it's at 1.5 CR or even higher. I think what is the most expensive Mercedes EQS was close to 2 crores.
I think more than that. They had the EQS EMG, which I think touched like 3.5 or something. So it's
who are the buyers for these, and how is it making practical? I think that consumer is not looking for a practical sense. Anyway,
it's more of a heart decision at that end of the segment. Is you go with your heart than your mind, basically. Because on paper, spending that much amount of money on a car doesn't make sense. But it's at the end, it's an emotion. And it's also the amenities, the value addition a car like that gives you. And in India, honestly, it's also a status symbol. People buy the Merc for that star on the front of the car. So it is that. And like the ideal customer is like most of as we speak to the brands quite often, they say it's either industrialists, celebrities, or even now startup guys who have
the VC money
exactly, who've hit unicorn status. You'll see them picking up a BMW iX or a 7 series i7, So they have a varied, and like an industrialist could be 50 plus, whereas a startup founder could be in his 30s. So you're hitting all ends of the spectrum, whether in terms of customers.
So, but according to you, then which in the available options, which is like the best luxury car segment in the EV? In the EV
EV, so if you want a sedan, the i7 is right up there. If you want an SUV, the EQE SUV from Mercedes is also great. So you have a lot of options, and there are, like, from what manufacturers have told, even the product lineup to come into India also is looking quite exciting. So even if you want a compact, like Mercedes just launched EQA, which is a small SUV, but it's a great value proposition, because again, if you look at that's priced at around 75 lakhs. And for a starter electric premium SUV, it's a great package, and it's got good range, like 525 kilometers claimed range, but real world you'll get 480, 490. So yeah.
So and in this particular segment, like if we go into the technicalities of it, and Mercedes is still using the Volkswagen platform, right? And the platform is really good and robust, but it's still it's not capable of taking using fast charge, like the ultra fast charge. So 240 and 350 kilowatt.
I think for
chargers.
that, I think the infrastructure, and I think the infrastructure is catching up to that, and even the product lineup also has to catch up. So it's like chicken and an egg situation. What is being executed first, whether the chargers are going to be more mass market, or whether manufacturers are going to put resources to deliver those high voltage chargers, the acceptance for that.
Yeah, that's why I feel like, even though EV6 or Ioniq are not in luxury per se, they are premium segment, but they are
great products, and they are great products, great designs, I would say. Like you'll turn, if you see an Ioniq parked on the road, an Ioniq 5, you'll look back and look at it twice. Or same with the Kia, like Hyundai and their platform, the global EV platform, which both the cars share, they have great designs on them, and they've won awards also. I think both have won like Red Dot awards, and you can see Hyundai has made an emphasis on design and especially differentiating their EVs, and which has paid dividends. Like I think in the US right now, there's a waiting list for an Ioniq
5
and
6,
Ioniq 5
6,
and the new Ioniq N-Line, which is, I think, a technological marvel. And 10 years down the line, many say that EVs won't be remembered, but the Ioniq 5 N-Line, from what I've been seeing, my editor has driven it in Korea, and he said it's an incredible experience. They put a lot of engineering in it, and you can get simulated gearbox, gear shift feels, and it's I would say gamified the EV. So the Ioniq 5N as a product is a product that, like, it's gamified the entire electric car, and for a generation that has grown up with sim racing and all, that product, and especially being an N model, that's the performance model from Hyundai, and they've committed that performance on EVs is going to be the future for them. So they've put a sustainable amount of resources for them.
So in all of this, again, in the Indian context, I think Lexus is also doing something like very interesting. It's not out as in the open, I guess, in the EV that they are launching. But I think, what can you tell more about what is that, like, what is the product that they're launching?
It's based on a Toyota platform actually, but that they have various. Lexus has hedged the bet. They aren't committing fully on electric. They're also developing a hydrogen powered ICE internal combustion engine, and also they have other fuels, like they have the hydrogen, then electric stuff on the way. But it's a concept, but Toyota did not go fully into electric because they wanted to wait and see. And if you also go through Toyota's history, they kind of wait it out and see what technology does well, and then they invest significant amount of resources, because Toyota ideally should have had 4-5 EVs at this point, but they restricted it to like 2 max fully electric models. And I think it is they lost out a bit in the sales, but now there are more hybrid commitments from them. But they also want to put large amount of resources for pure EVs.
Yeah. So what are the new launches that are coming out in this particular price bracket? Like, what are the new launches that you're excited about?
So the current excitement is all around the electric G, which is supposed to come end of the year, and that will be incredible because the way Mercedes have engineered it, whether it's the tank turn that it rotates around, just so makes a circle. You don't even have to turn. Like, you're stuck in a sticky situation, just press a button and the car turns itself right at one spot. And they've done a lot of other engineering to it. It has motors on all 4 wheels, so it will be incredibly capable off-road. And from what the videos they've demonstrated, it's going to be a beast.
If the consumer actually takes it.
A G-Wagon off-road is a rare sight. You just see it on the high street.
Of course, yeah.
But that is one exciting product. And then BMW also have the i5, which will be coming in. That will be an incredible electric sedan, and there'll be a lot of other products Volvo also will be lining. There is talks of Volvo anyway going to a whole electric fleet, that 2030 target. So we'll obviously be seeing a ton of Volvos electric. And the luxury space is always exciting because manufacturers keep it as their flagship products. Like if you take the electric G, it is a flagship product for Mercedes-Benz, and they do a lot of tech in it, and that trickles down to even the smaller cars. So yeah.
Perfect.